Society. My name is Courtney Schaub and welcome to Spicy Kitchen, where we take small bites and intimate discussions and add a little spice to the mix. Today's topic, threesome or train. There's a lot of misconception around this topic, but me and my guests are gonna dive into that just a little later. Today I'm gonna be making a pan-seared cod with a white wine tomato basil sauce, along with a Mile High Club cocktail created by our bartender, Alex B. Let's get into it. First, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of olive oil into a hot pan. We're gonna add the red pepper flakes, and we're gonna add our garlic cloves. And we wanna do this until it's fragrant. We wanna be smelling all the garlic, all the crushed red pepper flakes. Like, we want all of it, okay? Swivel this around a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and add my cherry tomatoes. Make sure you watch your temperature. You do not wanna burn your garlic. Now we're gonna add our white wine, dry white wine. So a Pinot Grigio will work. We're gonna add our fresh basil, salt, and pepper, lemon juice, and lemon zest. And last but not least, sugar. Just gonna combine all these ingredients. Oh, guys, it smells so good. If you like tomato basil soup, you're gonna like this. What we're actually gonna do is gonna take this off and let this cool. And we're actually gonna put this in a blender and blend this all up. So I'm gonna have this sit. I already have some already pre-made, so we can move it right along. Here you go. Looks just like that. And now we're going to sear our cod. So now I'm going to pat my cod dry, because we do not want wet fish. It makes it come out very slimy. I'm going to go ahead and season it with salt and pepper, front and back. I'm gonna turn on my pan, make it hot, and then we're gonna add our olive oil to this. Not too much, we don't wanna fry it, right? Because we're pan searing it. I'm gonna go ahead and add my cod to the pan once it's nice and hot. 3 to 4 minutes on each side. What I really like most about cod is that it's a white fish, so it's super delicate, it's super nice, and it pairs with a lot of sauces. Like my mama says, a good cook is a clean cook. All right, let's go ahead and build our dish. First, we're gonna do a bed of salad. Now we're gonna add our piece of cod, and now I'm gonna add my white wine tomato basil sauce. And there you have it, a pan-seared cod with a white wine tomato basil sauce. Now let's go ahead and make our cocktails. So guys, I have a spicy bartender with me today. I wanna introduce to you guys Alex B. She's gonna be teaching us how to create a Mile High Club cocktail that's gonna be paired with our seared cod and a tomato basil base. So Alex, tell us a little bit about this cocktail.
Thanks, Courtney. I'm so excited to be making this for Spicy Studios. We're gonna be making a very refreshing gin cocktail with muddled grapes, some mint, some elderflower syrup, topped with some sparkling wine.
That sounds super cool, super cute, very spicy. Like, I could feel myself on a beach laying down, sipping this. Like, what's up?
Cause we outside.
Oh, we outside today.
We outside.
It's 2021, okay? We outside.
All right, first we're going to start with 2 ounces of dry gin. Then we are going to add 4 to 5 purple grapes. Now we're going to add 2 to 3 pieces of mint. And this is gonna make the mint slap. You actually slap it.
Oh!
You smell that?
Ooh. Oh, wow, wait, I learned something new today.
Right. Now we're going to muddle the grapes and the mint and the gin. It's gonna go real good. And after you muddle that real well, then we are going to add 0.5 ounces of lemon juice.
Yes.
0.5 ounces of elderflower syrup, and then 3/4 of an ounce of demerara syrup.
And so what is demerara syrup?
Brown sugar and water.
Oh, so it's simple syrup.
Simple syrup, but brown.
Brown sugar. Got it.
Now we're gonna shake.
Yes.
I'm gonna add some ice first. Now, while I add the ice here, would you like to add ice to the goblet?
Oh, absolutely.
And fill it up, sis, fill it up.
I'm gonna fill it up.
Now we're gonna strain everything that we just made.
Ooh, look how pretty that is.
Right. Now you're gonna top it off with wine, about 4 to 5 ounces. Go ahead, sis.
Or half a bottle for me.
Half a bottle for Courtney. And then we're gonna add a really cute lime wheel on top.
And there you have it, guys, a Mile High Club cocktail. Let's go ahead and bring in our guests and discuss these topics. Here with me, I have my guest, and we're gonna be discussing, like I said before, a threesome versus a train, and what's the misconceptions behind it. To the left of me, I have Miss Lucas from the Miss Lucas podcast. Next to her, I have Damo Briggs. And then next to him, I have Tasha. Let's go ahead and dig in.
Yes. My sauce is fire though. I like that.
I knew the sauce was gonna be fire when I seen it.
You said what?
When I seen the sauce, I knew it was
synced
gonna be
it. I knew it.
We have a new set of guests here, so we usually like to do something called a spice breaker. So our first spice breaker question is, including foreplay, how long should sex last?
You know, the first number that came to mind was 45 minutes, but now I'm actually thinking 2 hours.
Wait, how long do
You said including foreplay. That is the 45 minutes, and then I need the massages, and I need the kisses, and I need all the things. Because you know the sex is really only about 20 to 30 minutes.
Right.
So the rest of it is the lead up.
Wait, Dom, why is your face like that? How long, including foreplay, how long should sex last?
Hour 45.
Okay.
Cause we got shit to do.
You know, it could include like the texting, you know, it's the rev up.
Okay. I'm trying to come through Smash Out and be on my way.
Yeah, they quitted ass nigga.
Nah. To somebody that I'm like, you know what I mean? We're in agreement.
With the basketball shorts that slip off.
Half sleep, like, oh no.
Miss Lucas, what about you? How long should
From start to finish, I mean, if I'm thinking about like once we in the bed and we start kissing and all that, I would say about an hour. Yeah, like.
That's what I'm on.
Yeah, like an hour is cool, you know what I mean?
I do have another spice breaker for you guys. What position would you like to try that you've never tried before? Miss Lucas, I'm gonna start with you.
I guess maybe reverse calc. No, I've done that one. But I haven't seen it to the, like, I haven't done it to the extreme that I've seen. You feel me? Like, they be. I'm trying to, you feel me? Like, yeah, so that one, reverse
We're
cowgirl.
trying to work our knees up to do reverse cowgirl.
Try, you know, get the Megan level.
Dom, what about you? You've tried everything? You've tried everything.
Not everything, but shit that I've lived.
You lived?
I've lived.
What about you, Tasha?
I'm really trying to think, like,
Dang, we got experiences in here.
I mean, you know what, actually, okay. I wanna fuck a man that has enough whatever so he can hold me and do it like for real, not like the couple pumps. It's like, oh my back. Cause I'm like, no, like.
Couple pumps hit you right on the bed.
Exactly, like, oh, okay. Got them legs, he don't skip leg day, got a real wide, strong back.
Somebody that just came from prison.
Yes, that's what you need.
Somebody that just came home.
I mean,
sturdy upper, sturdy lower, you know.
You need one who just caught a felony,
Yeah.
right?
a little teardrop right here so I know it's
One
real.
or two, just one or two.
So now we're gonna actually get into our real topic. So first, I'm gonna ask you guys, what percentage of men do you think want a threesome and percentage of women who wants a threesome?
I feel like with men it's high.
Yeah,
Say
it's
like
hard.
80, 85.
Right, exactly.
Oh, 90.
Like,
Yeah,
definitely
you know.
above 80. And then I feel like with women, I feel like it's like, I don't know, maybe like in the 60s maybe.
I feel like it's higher than what it may have been in the past,
Yeah.
but I think it's definitely not as high as men.
According to a study in 2018, so maybe 3 years ago,
They ain't asked me.
82% of men would want a threesome, which you guys were correct, very high. But for women, 13% only wants a
They didn't ask
threesome.
the right
Wow.
women. They didn't ask the right women.
But you gotta understand, it's the whole United States.
What is it called? The Bible Belt?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna say no on paper, but they
Right.
But in the back of the mind, they're like,
in the
yeah,
back of the barn giving it up.
I wanna give it to Paul and Randy
You feel me?
at the Bible study.
Don't tell
Exactly.
nobody when we go to church tomorrow.
Exactly.
So let's go ahead and just dive into this. What do you think of when you hear the word train?
Broadway Junction.
That's 25th Street.
When it comes to sex, Dom, when someone says a train, running a train, what do you think?
I mean, we about to go
Clear
get on
of
the
this
train. Yeah,
corridor.
we about to go get on the train and go meet whoever it is, right? It's the only train
All right, so since everybody thinks of the MTA subway when they say train, okay. What about a threesome? When you hear the word threesome, what do you guys think about?
Yeah.
Think of Jay-Z. No. I just think of, I think of 2 women, 1 guy.
Okay.
I feel like it's the male fantasy is the threesome. Because I feel like a lot of times when you ask men like, oh, like what's one thing you want to try this year? Threesome. So I feel like they be trying to push that shit.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, you know, you and maybe your friend too. And it's like,
I don't even like her for real. Why you fuck her?
right.
But it's someone you
I don't
do.
even eat pussy like that. So you think there's a difference between a train and a threesome?
So when you said what do you think of, when I think of train, I think of like men coming in, fucking a girl, leaving. Another man coming in, fucking a girl, leaving. Another man coming in. That's what I think of, like that, because in not my experience, but when I was in college, there's been several women who have had situations like that, and that's the story that I heard.
Right. So the real definition, so for people who don't know the difference between a threesome and a threesome, all parties are involved with the sex act, meaning that if there's two males, they're actually engaging in sex and they're having sex with the woman as well. Two females, they're having sex with each other and having sex with the male as well. A train is what Miss Lucas just described, is that two parties or more are acting on one person and they're not having sex with each other. So based on those definitions, have you guys ever had one, a train ran on you, or two, had a threesome?
Yes.
My homegirl definitely called me one day and was like, my friend here. And I went through and I was never the same because they had sex with me.
But they had sex with each other?
Yes.
Okay, so you had a threesome.
Yeah, they just needed my penis. And I showed up. And I did not let them down. So.
Tasha,
Yes.
train or threesome?
Well, you know, it's funny because in my youths, right, I'm like, ooh, threesome. But then I'm like, in my, you know, my wisdom, no, trains.
But you know what's so funny? You're not alone because you actually acted on a fantasy that a lot of women want. A lot of women do fantasize two men pleasing them at the same time, because who doesn't want two men pleasing them at the same time?
Hello.
Like, you have a man on your titty, one licking you, like, I mean, like, why do you not want
Like,
that?
where
as
do
a
I go?
woman?
Where's the sensation?
Right, exactly.
Just sign on Twitter. Get on Twitter, you'll find out.
Right. What was your experience behind it, though?
At the time, I was in my, like, the prime of my hoe phase, like while I was in college. I thought at the time, I was very much like, if y'all niggas fucking, I'm fucking too. So I was like, you know, why do I have to be a hoe because I'm doing the same shit that y'all are doing? Like, it wasn't very sexual. I think it was more just kind of like the act of it. Not really my vibe. Right. Like, I wouldn't do it again.
Wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, wouldn't really recommend for me. I think because of, which is the whole, you know, like what we're talking about, the stigma behind saying like, oh, I had a train ran on me. I used to say like, oh, I've had threesomes, because that the sound of that is more alluring or has like more positive connotations than like to say, well, I had a train.
Dom, from a male's perspective, if a woman was to tell you, I had a train ran on me, what would your thought process be?
Jesus Christ. I mean,
all eyes on him.
what would my thought process be as far as?
Just like, you know, what would you think? Would you think differently of her? Would you think less of her?
Good answer.
Great.
Nah, because I was young, you feel me? I've been in high school and dated college people, have been in the college environment. So I get it. And I see those women still to this day and they're wonderful. Like, it's not, it's sex. Like, I feel like people have this, that's a whole nother conversation.
No, let's have it now. Let's have it now.
Like just the idea of sex and how close people hold it to them. Like, it's literally a human like need. It's a necessity. Like, you have to have sex. You have to bust a nut. Like, or you're gonna go crazy. Like, it's just, but it's about who you do it with. That's what you decide on. So it's like, you just end up finding the wrong people more often than not. And then it's like, and it's like, that's not what it is.
Yeah.
So once people figure that out, then I think everybody will be fine.
Right. Why is having a train stigmatized but a threesome glorified?
You know, the way the patriarchal society is set up, it's the sex is viewed as something that's supposed to please a man. Right? So
Like, how you know I bust five nuts from all five niggas? Like, how you know?
Exactly, right? So because the way that it's society portrays sex as something that's just for the pleasure of men, which is why like when two women have sex together, it's like, ooh, like we into that. But like if it's two niggas fucking, it's like, oh no, that's like hella disgusting. So if we're holding like pussy on a pedestal and now she done fucked like however many it was within one session, now it's not pure anymore.
But it's valuable.
Right, like when you ask me whose pussy is this, now I have to be like yours and yours and yours and yours. It's all y'all niggas pussies.
So what is your ideal? What is your ideal fantasy? Just a fantasy. This doesn't have to really happen. But what is your ideal fantasy with multiple partners?
I don't really have any fantasies with multiple partners. You know, I experienced it and it wasn't for me.
Okay.
So
that's because you already experienced it.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like, also anal ain't for me either, and I've experienced that. Like, fucking other women, I experienced that, and that's not for me either. So.
Wait, Miss Lucas, didn't you have a threesome?
I did. I was waiting for her to finish. But she said something about anal. Like, that is an exit only.
Yeah.
Okay?
I was like,
so fucking talking to me about sticking shit in my booty. I'm not gonna do that.
Exactly. I was
not finna do that. Like,
it's no for me.
Because if you guys don't know, Miss Lucas was on Spicy Pole Wednesday, and she definitely told us a crazy ass story about her and the threesome. How she got her cartoon.
Oh my God, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
So my question, would you ever do a threesome again? Are you open to it?
I would do it, but in the same type of situation. So I had a threesome with a married couple.
Right. If you guys don't know.
Yes. And so
that shit lit.
And so I would do that again. Like I would offer my services up to a married couple because it's easy and they were very cool. Like my first experience was very cool. Mm-hmm. Like they were very nice. Like I still talk to them to this day. So yeah, I would do that again with a married couple. With two regular single people, no, because that's too much drama.
It could get messy.
But I liked kind of being of service to them. It felt fulfilling.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I got to go home and y'all handle y'all business and I'm over here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then when y'all call me again, we'll hook up again.
We live.
It was the best of both worlds for me. I'm a Libra, so I like that. We've become like kind of friends with like a little bit of a benefit. Like that's the real friends with benefits, okay?
Yes.
But yeah, so like we've been able to kind of like build a solid foundation and a friendship to where like I could call her or text her and be like, hey girl, this is what I'm going through. But then when her and her husband want to play, it's like, hey girl, what you doing
what you going through?
Right. And then it's like, I can meet up. What's up? Not much today. What you trying to get into, you know?
Right.
Okay, Dom, what about you? Fantasy, multiple women. You've done it, so it's like. So can you describe? So it's the first time you've had a threesome. Then I want to hear the first time it happened to you.
I was at home.
She just hit you and was like, hey, I need you.
Because I used to fuck with her.
Okay.
She was like, yo, my homegirl's here. What you doing tomorrow? I was like, shit. She was like, all right, come through.
You trying to hop on dick?
I was like, all right, bet. And then started fucking around. I ended up fucking with her homegirl more than her. And me and her homegirl realized. And was like, all right, we got to tune back in. Oh. And then we tuned back in. But me and her homegirl was on the same type of time. Because her homegirl is the one that wanted to do it.
Oh, okay.
So once we linked, it was like, all right, bet.
Weird.
And then she looked and I was like, yo. And she was like, yeah. And then we.
So was it weird afterwards? Like, how did the friendship dynamic change? No? Okay, good.
You was just the dick. They was homegirls.
Right.
I wonder what
right. That's what I'm saying. Like
they don't talk anymore, but not because of me.
Right. No, it's because of you, nigga.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
What are you talking about?
The common denominator is Dom's dick.
No. This was actually from a different situation. Like
another dick?
Just kidding.
Actually, yeah. It wasn't. It wasn't me though. It was years later. Like
sparked the drama.
They open Pandora's box with all that.
Right.
Because we break taboos here at Spicy Kitchen, how do we destigmatize the phrase running a train?
I think we have to talk about it more. The more it's talked about and the more it's normalized, talking a lot about consent, like you, especially with something when it comes to a train, like that I feel like is the first thing that has to be talked about.
Yeah, and I think kind of like own it, like how you said, like you owned it from the very beginning, like, okay, this is how we're gonna do it, as opposed to, allowing the men to kind of take charge and then you kind of feeling, or your feelings are repressed about it, you know what I'm saying, kind of taking charge from jump. And then, if you get asked about it, it's like, yeah, this is what happened, you know what I mean? Like kind of just, like you said, taking the stigma off of it, not making it so like, oh, I had a train wreck. Like, no, I wanted to fuck all those niggas and I liked it.
Yes.
And are you gonna pay my bills? No? Okay, so tell your brother I fuck him too if he got money. Like, just kind of just owning it, because I think the more you own it, the better, niggas can't say nothing to you. It's
exactly.
Like, okay, well shit, she a hoe, she a proud hoe, and proud hoe. Right. Fuck you talking about.
And on that note, that has been another episode of Spicy Kitchen. Go ahead and catch us every month with a new episode. I just want to thank my guest for being lovely guests today and just keeping it OD real with me. Again, I have Miss Lucas from the Miss Lucas podcast. I have Damo Briggs, and I have Tasha. With that being said, keep it spicy.